Alright guys, it's day 7, part 7 I should say, and I got the floor pretty much done. Looks pretty good. So the issue I was having was with the transom here. Found out the transom was still okay. As you can see right in these holes, I just kind of pre-drilled, and it was still, the core was still pretty dry. It was probably just the first layer that was still wet, so I'm gonna drill a couple holes here and there, and probably just use the Dr. Rot. I said I probably was gonna go ahead and rip it out and use CCAS, but this may not be the case with my project here. The transom is still rock solid. It's just a little bit wet here and there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep going on with my second instant, which would be using the Dr. Rot, drying it out and then using the Dr. Rot with it, and see how that works out before I go ahead and start ripping out the transom and doing all of that. So I put the new knee brace in and fit it into the knee brace here, and on the outside I just went ahead and just glued it, and then I'm going to go ahead and once this gets cured, I'm going to go ahead and sand it nice and smooth, and put my 1708 biaxial here and cover it all the way around and all into here and tab it all in. And same thing with the stringer here. Put new actually just what I did was here, I'm just gonna I sistered in the stringer from here, from this point, because it was rotted from here, so I just cut it and then put new wood from there to the back. Same thing on this side, you can see, put the new wood in, and I'm gonna go ahead and use 1708 and wrap those up, the stringers, and the same thing with that. I'm happy. I just went ahead and used the same 1/2 inch that was already that they already had coated with resin the first time. So I just replaced the wood with 1/2 inch dried, super dried pressure treated wood that I had laying around in my house. It was super dry. I coated that and then went ahead and cut out the knee brace size with some templates and did that. Looks like an eyesore, but it really isn't. Once I sand it all down and get the 1708, it's going to be perfect looking. So, and I will show you that. I just can't really explain that well with what I have here, but it fit in. It's rock solid. Like I said, I'm just going to sand this down real smooth, and then I'm going to sand here and then tab it all in with some 1708, and go ahead and finalize everything by putting the new support in. I'm going to grind this down to the bottom here and then attach it right to there and then into there. I'll probably use 3/4 for this, so I'll cut whatever I need here and there, maybe just a little bit so I could fit the 3/4 plywood here, kind of like what I did on this here. It's not pretty, but it's well coated. It's got tons of resin on it. I'm not worried about it. Just got to clean all this stuff up. I started to with a razor blade, but it's not a big deal. You're never ever gonna see it. It's all gonna be sealed off. So it's looking good so far. It's a lot of work for sure, but anyway, until next time, thanks.